Alright, hello guys. Doing another commentary video because the last one was fun, and quite frankly, I think I might start using the main channel mostly for commentary videos because, obviously I'm doing Hytale stuff. I will do gameplay still, but I want to upload on here more often, and commentary and reaction is something I can very easily do. So, I think I've read these two blog posts. I don't think I've read these two. Let me check to make sure. This one I'm not confident. No, I haven't. Alright. I'm not used to reading out loud, and I'm like slightly dyslexic, so I might not read well, but I'll give all my thoughts on everything. That's the main purpose of this. Hey everyone, I am Hytale, the creative mode engineer on Hytale. I'm excited to show you more about the creative side of Hytale. By swapping to creative mode in your world, you can fly around and explore, create, edit, make things explode, and more. We are focused on creating an immersive experience that feels uniquely Hytale, while supporting all players and creators with the features they need. It's best explained visually, so here's our first video showcasing our creative tools that will be available for the upcoming early access. So I've already watched this video, but I will just give like highlights. I don't know what this looks like on OBS. No, you guys can see it. I will give thoughts on certain things just that I thought were really cool. I like the way they did the brushes and like the building generation where you can like cycle through the same building. Let me show that real quick. You could cycle through different generations of a building. So I thought that was really cool. One thing I've really liked about what I've seen of the Hytale creative mode, it looks really immersive, which I feel like for any developer thing or like with a creative mode in a game, it's really hard to get it feeling like it's an in-game thing, in-universe, I think is what I'm going for. The camera, the machinima, I think they're calling it, looks a bit bad, honestly. But I believe they said they're going to have a big overhaul of that a bit after release. I want to see if I can find them just like playing. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. And I'm sure if you just really fine-tune the speed and the angles and stuff, you can make it look good still. But I just feel like it needs a bit of an overhaul. Just looking at all the items and all the tabs here, it looks like there's going to be a ton to do. And, I mean, off of, like, the rooftops of buildings and stuff, there has to be a ton of decorative blocks for stuff like that. Very large-scale, like, world edit from Minecraft is built directly in with the creative tools, and I like that a lot. And it's all very customizable. I like this for texturing builds. That's going to be amazing. I'm so glad I'm not going to have to do that by hand anymore. I mean, I still will for survival. I wonder if they'll have some sort of tool for texturing in survival mode, like a trowel or something. I think Minecraft has a mod like that, where it'll place blocks at random. All of this just looks really convenient and easy to learn. Some of those crystal blocks, they look nice. Just deleting everything. Alright. Now that you've seen the magic tools, let's dive deeper into everything you saw. Scripted brushes. Oh! Okay, wait, let me read this paragraph and then I'll... The first thing that I do in the video is take out some of the scripted brushes that ship with Hytale. These are simple asset-defined brushes that any modder or user can create more of. Simply drag and drop them into your inventory to create mountains, grassy paths, procedurally generated ruins, and more. You can even edit these scripted brushes in the Hytale node editor. That's really cool. I was honestly kind of... When I was looking at the brushes, I was kind of concerned at the fact that there was like only 8 and they didn't seem to cover all the basics. But the fact that this is through the node editor, this looks really easy to edit too. I like the way they're doing their visual scripting, because I've done like scratch coding, and obviously that's very simple, but it uses a lot of like coding terms, and so even though it is easy, if you have literally no coding knowledge, you might not be able to do it. I think if you just look at this and just think, I feel like you can figure it out, which I like a lot. Because it's density, modify dimensions, and it's a bit complicated that it's going through integers, but what else are you going to do? That's not really something that you can... you could just have it automate, just have the numbers be in this, but there's obvious reasons that they wouldn't do that. I think this is as simple as you can have it, while still being able to do cool stuff with it. Creative Mode Quick Settings panel. The Creative Mode Quick Settings panel allows you to quickly edit your creative mode settings, like flight speed, inertia, and more. I want to mention that real quick as well. Where was that? When he changed his inertia, so he could be like floaty or something. I don't even know, but that's awesome that you can do that. I don't think I'm finding it. I don't know where it was. Whatever. It's awesome though. It's in that video somewhere. It also expands and changes depending on the item in your hand to allow you to have even more customizability of your tools. Is this just showing... Alright, you know what? I want to look at this. Tool reach distance. I like that. That's very useful. Tool delay minimum. Brush opacity. Selection opacity. What is that? Selection panel... Why is there a question mark? Oh, does that mean there's like too much text? It doesn't fit? Flight mode, and then the inertia. Okay. Player model changer / NPC browser. You can see our list of over 100 models that you can spawn in your creative world or remix however you want. In this case, I wanted to become a corgi model because dogs are the best. That was... I don't remember when he did that. I do remember him doing that. Oh, it's right here. What is that? World Tools, change player model, and he just... There's so many mobs, by the way. It's genuinely insane. Corgi. Okay. Oh, there's a good bit left. I don't like reading. Not out loud. I briefly opened the prefab browser on my way to the prefab editor. The prefab editor is a separate editing environment where you can load a section of different prefabs into an empty world where you can edit them, select them, or just browse prefabs visually. In the video, I just go to select the prefab ruins that I want to use, that I want to paste into my small environment. I've been recording for 8 minutes. I'm just going to go to the video. I have another blog post to do. This is new. I haven't seen this. Is this all commands? 1 second. How do I increase the quality? It's way too low. Okay. I don't know if you guys see when I full screen. So I'm not going to, just in case. Keep anchors. Empty entities. So that's all copy, I believe. Whoa. I mean, this is just like Minecraft World Edit. /dance. Okay, so this is all of the commands. Edit, prefab, save. I like that it has a menu that you can see all of it instead of like it just showing up in chat like Minecraft. This, honestly, you guys should go watch this if you haven't yet. I watched this entire time lapse. I'll skip to the end and show you what they ended up with. But it was a crazy process of them making that. I mean, they started from like a blueprint. Very quickly, they were able to turn it into this, which is just beautiful already. But they just kept going and going with all the blocks Hytale's going to be able to have. You can make some amazing stuff. Alright, let me go to the next blog post. This is the final one currently, and this is the release date, which honestly, this is right around where I predicted it would be. I've been telling all my friends midway through January is what they should expect, and January 13th. So I was spot on there. Pre-purchases are opening December 13th, and I believe Here, I'm going to read all this, and then I'll say the stuff I know just from reading tweets. 2 weeks ago, we, the original founders, repurchased Hytale, months after it was cancelled. We revived the project, and we are returning to a 4-year-old legacy build that had been abandoned. We are personally committing funding for many years to come. I believe they said 10 years. Simon is personally going to be funding it for 10 years minimum. We stepped away from the newer engine, which was intended to be a complete cross-platform rewrite, and we are now focused on reviving the original version. This required picking, choosing, and merging more than 300 GitHub branches into a single working branch. It was a significant engineering effort, but we're now confident enough to launch early access. Hytale and Hypixel Studios are independent again, and we're returning to the original vision from the 2018 trailer. Because we went back to an older game build that was now meant for prototypes, some parts of the game will feel behind, but momentum is strong, and we're working fast to make this into the game we all dreamed of. Modding and creative tools are in a decent state, however, they're not where we want them long term. That being said, they're ready for players who want to create content on day one. This is good momentum. This is a good moment for modders, server owners, and creators to step in early. They will play a significant role in Hytale's future. My dyslexia is showing a bit. Since the cancellation, we've rehired more than 40 former and new team members, bringing the total to 50. Reacquiring a game from a AAA studio and preparing an early access launch within weeks is rare, and players will be able to watch the progress as it happens. I genuinely don't think I've ever heard a situation like this. I think it might be the first of its time. There's a solid chance I'm wrong. But, like, a company buying out a game and then one dude rebuying the game because it got canceled, I've never heard of anything happening like that. If you don't feel comfortable pre-ordering, please don't. This is true early access, meaning it's still very much unfinished and will be buggy for a while. But if you have, but you have my and the team's commitment to make Hytale the game we've always wanted it to be. The first impression will be rough, but the path ahead matters more. More details are coming soon. Follow our social channels for updates, and we hope to see you on January 13th, 2026. Thank you everyone for your support. Hytale has been through a long journey, and soon we will be home. Okay, so last few things I want to bring up. I believe they said name reservation will open the same day as pre-orders, and you will have to pre-order the game to reserve your username. On top of that, they said, I believe there will be like a creator code system, or at least like a creator system, something like that. To be honest, that's most of the reason I'm making these videos. I want to try to apply for that, but it's going to be a journey and it's not going to be easy. But it would be amazing if I could become official Hytale creator. I'm sure that won't happen until a good bit after release, but I will keep making content on Hytale for as long as it takes. Not saying I'll quit when it happens, but I believe you get my point. I don't think I have anything left to say. Whenever they post more videos, I will be doing reactions of those. I will try to keep you guys updated on everything that I know about, everything I hear about. I've been going through Simon's Twitter, checking every tweet. Quite frankly, I feel like my memory is probably the biggest problem of saying the things I need to inform people about, but for now, I don't think there's anything else I need to say. So, everyone, December 13th, pre-order the game. There's going to be 3 editions. For $20 is standard, for I believe $40 is supporter, and I believe $70, although it might have been $60, is Cursebreaker edition. I believe the only differences will be cosmetic, and they are trying their hardest to get a gifting system out for when the pre-purchases, the pre-ordering open, although they're not confident that they'll have one. They have said, at least I believe, that the legal side of things is the main reason that they can't release earlier. Things such as like EULA, the End Users License Agreement, and like terms of service, stuff like that. So they need to get a legal team on that so that, you know, they can actually have the game up and running legally and have people actually able to download and buy the game. So like launchers and stuff. Although I do believe they have a launcher. But point is, the game is in a pretty playable state right now. Although buggy, it does exist. And it is kind of playable. So it's not really what we're waiting on. It's more so the legal and logistic aspects of things. But pre-orders on December 13th. And for what we know right now, early access should be releasing January 13th. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.